Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Season 8, Episode 13 of Adventure Time. I did readjust the lighting because I feel like it was way too dark, and sometimes in the episode it got really dark and you could, like a shadow. I don't know, you guys let me know. But I feel like this is the ideal lighting. It's the way I always have it. I realized it kind of just beams a light over everything, and it really wasn't helping the cat too much facing the other way, and the cat doesn't seem to mind. The cat seems like it's totally chill. I didn't see him move the entire episode. Is his eyes open? Oh no. See his head? That looks like his eyes, but he scratches right above his eyes, and he doesn't cut himself or anything, but he literally wears the hair off. So those aren't his eyes. That is above his eyes. He has worn patches in his head. That's what he does. But he's amazing. He's awesome. Anyway, last we saw, we got Reboot. Reboot? I think it was Reboot. And Susan Strong was in it. They just jump into an adventure. They're already teamed up with her. We're in an arcade, which is amazing and great because I run an arcade, and I'm going there right after this episode. I'm going to the arcade. So I'm going to go back and look at some point, probably tonight when I get back from the arcade, and look at the names of the games. I saw some of them after I realized what we were dealing with, but it said like Kite and Punch and Roll, not real arcade names, and not even names that would make sense as games in that aspect. But I feel like in the first shot, there were names of actual games, possibly. And I feel like that is a perfect chance. I cannot remember the exact name of the game, but it's like something with a P. Like, I'm not even going to throw a guess out there, but I feel like it starts with a P, and it's a game that never existed. It's one of those like Mandela effects. Like, it's a game that appears in things. I feel like it was in Family Guy and other like things, maybe Simpsons, other animated shows, whenever they show arcades. And it's a game that never really existed, but people think it did, to the point where they've thrown it into things like this. That's why I'm thinking it might have been something like that. Polybus, maybe? Anywho, I want to go back because I feel like if anyone would put something like that in as a reference, it'd be Adventure Time. Other than that, we see Dr. Gross, we get Tiffany back. They drive this giant craft up through the ground, and they were already deep in the ground where Susan Strong and all them live. It's a human, if you can call it that. At this point, she has so many modifications. It didn't look like any part of her left was human. Her eyes were like TV screens. Her head came apart. Her whole body detached and came into pieces. She had spider legs and all kinds of insanity, and she wanted to do the same to them. But what is the point and the purpose? Is it to control them? Or is she really thinking that she's doing them a greater good or something? Obviously, she tainted their candy and didn't give them much of an option. So regardless, I don't trust her, and I am going to treat her as a villain. But I don't know. She kind of came out of nowhere, but it did kind of give us a little more background of Susan Strong, why she has an implant, but not really why. It just kind of gave us an idea as to how. And then Susan Strong intentionally, but unknowingly, just broke them out. And she goes, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm kind of doing it. And there's hybrid animals everywhere. And then we release them, and the ship blew up and looks like they died, but I don't think they're dead, and we're jumping in. You guys want to be way ahead, full on edited episodes of all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, in hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. If you're seeing this on YouTube, we are done in full with this entire series. Check it out. If not, Season 8, Episode 13, Adventure Time. Reboot. Are we continuing? Because pre-boot Oh, it's the eel. They are. The eel was going towards the Candy Kingdom. Oh my God, Jake is just firing nets. How is one the size of a bird and one is the size of a tree? It went the other way though. It went away from the Candy Kingdom.
Whoops.
Jake, been in danger.
He is.
Wait, Susan, don't! You're not immune to electricity!
What if it short circuits her chip? It's gonna maybe make her remember.
Jake, what the heck was that explosion?
She's gonna remember maybe. I hope to God she remembers. Doing something.
Okay, hang tight.
See, Bubblegum Princess must know something, even if she's not telling us. How has she never seen Susan?
Man, that's weird she didn't mention that while we were just now meeting all those cyborgs.
It's not like a robo-arm or whatever.
Ouch!
Did Finn do something?
Seeker XJ77. Target acquired.
What? What the heck? Whoa!
Initiate grabbing.
Grass sword. No! Susan's our friend.
Have you seen an electric eel around here?
Oh, man. Listen, there's something really wrong with Susan. Hey!
What?
At least PB's there with people.
Go save Finn.
Susan! Stop, Susan!
They're not gonna match. Like, there's no way they're gonna match up to Susan.
Take it
She's gonna like bowl them right over like pins.
Has to get hurt.
Who do you think you are? Do you know who you're messing with? Bring it on, you big...
They're like, but beautiful distraction. PB was like, oh my god.
Target escaping seeker range. Pursue.
Dr. Gross didn't recognize her. Who is she working for?
Angry presence detected.
No, crud.
Stomp her gently. Got it.
What? No. Carefully contain.
Kill train.
Just do something.
Execute phase 2.
Oh my god, she's
Oh,
bigger?
shoot. Sorry.
What?
Princess!
Oh, she's massive now.
Unhand her, brute. I cannot hide in the shadows any longer.
Oh my god!
Balls is in this too.
Where the frick has he been?
Rattle balls.
Where has Rattleballs been?
Please release my sword.
And Rattleball just like died. She just Hulk jumped.
Resuming objective.
I was gonna say, does the baby have something to do with it? Because she kind of... I feel like that was his only purpose.
Susan, is there something you want to talk about?
Oh my god, she looks...
Scanning horizon.
Who could be...
Monitoring signals from our home.
Oh my god, it's Jake. Oh my god. Get off of my brother.
Jake, don't smush her!
I think I'm gonna smush her, man.
Finesse, boy!
Oh my god, he put on Jake's suit. Oh my god, it's a humongous elbow drop. We were literally having a battle with Jake and Finn against jacked Susan. Who is coming? I'm so curious.
If you want me to go somewhere, you can just ask.
Irrelevant.
Giant anchor. Oh my god, it hit him hard. Jake is like a slave.
I don't know what to do.
Objective.
Oh my god, it fell out. But now something's on the way because she already called it. Oh shit, Grass Sword. Grass Sword kicks in as soon as... Oh shit. Look how powerful. My god, it's squeezing her to death. Oh my god, is he gonna join with him? Is he gonna join with...
Come back.
What? Alright guys, that ended in a way I didn't see coming, and the thing I thought was going to be the way it ended didn't happen at all. I thought it was going to end with whoever Susan Strong called showing up and we're going to be like, massive cliffhanger, holy shit, what is happening? Instead, we don't see who was called. It showed a computer. Alright, it looked like a human's room because we had a desk. I mean, Candy people use desks and stuff too, but there is a computer, we have technology, and the signal was sent to somebody and said, send transportation. And we already met Dr. Gross, and Dr. Gross is human, and Dr. Gross seemed to be following in the footsteps of someone else who did what they did to Susan Strong. The chip is now knocked out of her head and she's back to Susan, but Dr. Gross was like, oh my God, XJ77, like as if Susan is prophesized crazy thing, or at least put it this way, she knew of her, but didn't recognize her. So had to be before her time. I'm assuming it's humans trying to find Finn, but why? Who is the main person here? Who are we dealing with? Who? Is it Bonnie? I'm thinking maybe Bonnie, because I'm trying to think of who are the humans that we've seen. I mean, we haven't seen a whole lot, but we got Finn's dad, and we got Bonnie, and then we see the elementals a couple episodes ago. We got all the elementals, but they're like candy and slime and everything else. I'm trying to think of who could be sending Susan out, and this had to have been, like I said, a long time ago, because you got to assume Dr. Gross, I don't know if we got a timeline on things, but Dr. Gross is full of mods, so I'm to assume Dr. Gross has been doing what she's been doing for a long time. If that's the case, then how long has Susan been around, and how long has Susan been on this? Look how goddamn powerful Susan got, and they shot her with candy power or whatever, the giant bubblegum guys. We got Rattleballs back. Is Rattleballs dead? Because he did speak even as a shell of a rattleball, whatever. It just had his face left. That's all that was left. Susan grabbed his arms and kicked him into a million pieces. His balls went everywhere. And he was shattered, but he was still speaking. So Rattleballs is still there, but holy crap, to have like Rattleballs go away all this time and then to show up to just get destroyed. I mean, that was hilarious in itself, but it's nice to see Rattleballs if he still is alive and well after this. I mean, maybe he'll just be a thing. I feel like we'll fix him up, but Susan absorbs the power. She turns into this gianter version of Susan Strong. And Jake comes wailing in with this giant spiked ball arm and goes ballistic. It looked like he completely lost control because he's drooling and he's like, Finn, I can't stop. I might crush Susan. And then Finn has to jump into the Jake suit and they have this all-out wrestling match. And then at the end, Finn has Grass Sword come out. And Grass Sword turns into like 4 spiky grass swords. I thought it was going to stab through Susan Strong, but instead it wrapped around her, was crushing her to death. Finn wasn't even controlling it and had no control, which means that is some extreme power. That grass sword could just on its own will grab Susan Strong, who we were just fighting with Jake and couldn't even beat, and Grass Sword was just going to crush her like it was nothing. Then Finn punches his hand. It goes to go back in Finn and then joins with Finn's sword and then breaks off from our Finn. And now Finn has no arm and it turns into a grass person with a grass sword and it's Finn's sword. And there was some image we saw inside of Finn's sword. I'm going to go back and watch because after this, I'm going to work. So tonight, what I've been doing is I rewatch the episodes and then I watch a channel that talks about it, but it doesn't spoil anything. It just kind of like talks about it. So I need that because I need recaps with stuff like this. The channel I watch basically just says like, hey, remember Rattleballs? This is where you saw him last. And it kind of gives recaps like that. So I'm going to go into that, make sure I remember things I need to remember. And I'm going to go back and watch the episode because I feel like that image was familiar. I feel like I recognized it, but like, I don't know. We're going to talk more. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, and hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. If you're seeing this on YouTube, we are done in full with this entire series. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.